So Curt Schilling's obviously not going to be in the Hall of Fame anytime soon, even though he's, if not the best, one of the best big-time, big-game pitchers of his era. And so there's the old high road or the low road, right? Like, because Curt Schilling, baseball's always been about stats and awards, more so than any other sport in terms of the Hall of Fame. He was a six-time All-Star, three-time World Series champ, a World Series MVP in 2001. He led the league, the NL, in strikeouts twice. He won the Roberto Clemente Award. He was the NLCS MVP as well. He's an outstanding postseason pitcher. His regular season record, I don't know if you care about this. Like, again, we've learned to diminish regular season wins, but 216 and 146 with a 3.46 ERA. Like, he's a damn good pitcher. And he's probably right there on the cut line. And if you were going to put him in, you're going to put him in because of his postseason play. If you weren't going to put him in, you weren't going to put him in because he never won a Cy Young Award. He was never the best pitcher in baseball for a season. So how does he perceive the slight of not being in the Baseball Hall of Fame to date? He wouldn't be getting in if he said Lindstrom. And I do think that Curt Schilling knows he's a borderline case. And look, we've had Schilling on before, and when he just talks baseball, I like him. And he supported President-elect Trump. And he could have even taken a victory lap on it when so many people thought that he was the crazy guy in the room. And the crazy guy in the room ended up being the one who supported the president-elect. But some of the character clause is the fact that they got a $75 million loan from the state of Rhode Island for his video game company, and that didn't work. Like, I don't know if that factors in. I don't know if the political talk factors in. I do know that what Curt Schilling should do, like what you should do is, forget about focusing on the positive. You don't have to say, I'm just happy to be here. Just like, hey, look, you judge players based upon what they did in the postseason. And I would put my resume as a postseason pitcher up against anybody. Other guys accumulate great stats in the regular season, and they've become Hall of Famers, and good for them. But what I was able to do was with the Diamondbacks and with the Red Sox, if you gave me the ball every fourth day, you felt like you had a chance. And if you gave me the ball every fourth day in the playoffs, you felt really good that you would get a more than competent pitcher. And you can't say that about all the greats of all time. But instead, he gets into the it's not fair. They're using my political beliefs against me. Jay Berman, do you like Curt Schilling?
I think he says a lot of incendiary things which bug me. But, I mean, we give him the platform. So until people stop giving him the platform, we're always going to hear from someone like Curt Schilling.
Do you believe he's a Hall of Famer?
Yes, I do.
I actually do, too.
I think the postseason puts him over the top.
Yeah, I think this is, I don't know if you heard, you were walking in, I know, plus you're updating your sports update, which is, we're 30 seconds past when we're supposed to get to. But what I said was, like, look, he wasn't a Cy Young Award winner, so he was never the best pitcher in his league in baseball. He was a strikeout pitcher, which usually hurts your ERA. His ERA is below 4. He also pitched in the steroid era, right? So whatever numbers he has, you would think they're inflated because of the guys he was going against. But more than anything, like, he was as good a big game. He and John Smoltz are the two best big game pitchers of their era, in my opinion. Smoltz obviously doesn't have the 300 wins, but does have he was also a closer. Whereas what Schilling was able to do is win a couple World Series, pitch in the Bloody Sock game, win an NLCS MVP and a World Series MVP. Is that a fair depiction of it?
100%. I think the reason it's even a discussion is because he does himself no favors with all his lightning rod type stuff. But
that's a great way to put it. Like, I don't think any of that stuff is keeping him out. It doesn't do him any favors, and he does it even less favors when he brings it up and acts like that's the reason they're keeping him out.
Especially for someone close. He's close without it, so that makes him short with it.
That's a great point.